Hi everyone, welcome back to JPWHUTV. My name is John, your host as always. I hope you're all doing well. This video is sponsored by the channel sponsor 3retro.com. Please click the link in the description below that will take you directly through to the West Ham section of their website, where you can purchase retro kits from the 60s all the way through to the early 2000s, including this 99 to 2000 kit that Di Canio was famous for wearing, and also the 1980 FA Cup final shirt that inspired the season's away kit, and the 1976 home shirt even that inspired the season's home kit itself. There's also Admiral and Umbro West Ham colour inspired polo shirts, sweatshirts, t-shirts and track jackets, so go check those out. Any purchases made through the link in the description below, for the next 16 purchases, the commission that the channel would normally get will be going directly to Isla's Fight, and I will also be sending some of the commissions over to the Eloise Turner crowdfunding as well. So guys, click the link in the description below for both of those, the 3retro.com and also the crowdfunding for Eloise Turner, that is in there as well. So let's talk about the main crux of this video, which is the reaction to West Ham 1, Sheffield United 1. As always, let's go through the team sheet. So quite a few changes made by Pellegrini, which I'll come on to after we talk about it. In goal, as always, is Roberto, with Zabaleta coming in for the dropped Fredericks, Diop making up the centre-back pairing, along with Balbuena, who comes in for the dropped Ogbonna. We also had Aaron Creswell making out the left back, so a nice flat back four. Declan Rice was the only holding midfielder from what it looked like. Yarmolenko out on the right. Noble in the actual midfield position. Snodgrass came in for the dropped Lanzini, and Anderson out on the left with Allaire up front. On the bench was Martin, Lanzini, Sanchez, Fornals, Ogbonna and Ayeti. So quite a brave challenge ahead of him there, Pellegrini, making those changes. I don't agree with Zabaleta coming in for Fredericks, because I don't think Fredericks has had all too bad of a games over the last few games, to be honest with you. He has been one of the better players out there. Sticking Noble in the midfield was very, very brave from Pellegrini, because I honestly thought he should have been sitting alongside Rice. It did end up at a couple of quite a few times over the game that was the case. Lanzini being dropped 100%, and great to see Snodgrass come in. I did say in my preview video that he was back and it could be of very, very good benefit for us, which of course it was, which I'll come on to in a moment. Anderson out on the left, I don't agree with. I don't think he had a very good game today. He had an okay game, but it wasn't very good from him, especially for the standards that we know Anderson can do. I personally would have had Snodgrass out on the left, and would have either brought in Nathan Holland, as I said in the preview, or maybe even played Jack Wilshere in the midfield alongside Noble, because I think that would have given us a bit of a balance. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, what you think, your thoughts of the starting 11. But you know, it was a typical West Ham performance, especially for the first half. Something we were hoping not to see. Very, very, very defensive minded, which understandable. We didn't do a lot. It wasn't the best of games. It really wasn't for the first half. It really wasn't the best of performances, I should say, for the first half. You know, there was a lot of playing around, and a very, very much reoccurring theme throughout the game was the fact that we were waiting to pass to somebody else instead of taking a shot on. Now, Sheffield United, according to the shots, the stats, had 12 shots and 4 on target over the course of the entire game. They took their chances a lot better than we did. They could have, like for example, towards the end of the first half, just before Snodgrass scored that fantastic goal, which I'll come on to in a moment, then their number 11, which is Robinson, had a perfect opportunity to put Sheffield United up, and would have been quite deservedly so at the same point, if it hadn't been the fact that Roberto was going for the goal and Robinson pulled out. He literally just backed off just as Roberto was picking the ball up. Now, obviously, that's to our credit, but because at the end of the day we went in 1-0 at half time, which I'll come on to in a moment. But in actual fact was literally a few moments after that situation. Now, If that was the other way round and that was Allaire, people would have been screaming for him to shoot and score that goal. So it was a let-off for us. Roberto, I don't think, had a bad game in any shape or form. He's had 2 solid performances on the trot. Now, okay, yes, you could say he was a little bit he was at fault for the first goal because he didn't, against Everton, because he didn't really make too much of a proper effort to save it. But after that, and again for the 90 minutes today, he played superbly well, made some very, very, very good saves, kept us in it at one point, really. But the ball ended up going up to Yarmolenko, which and he found Snodgrass. Snodgrass was completely unmarked, onside, running at the ball, and running at goal, and nice little chip, daisy cutter as it's known in cricket terms, back into the back of the net on the 44th minute, if I remember correctly. But it was brilliant, great to see him, and a great little video from the club putting up there where he was holding the badge out and adjusting his. It was brilliant, very, very good. I loved that. I had to stop. It took me a while to stop laughing from that. Very, very good. But up until then, it was a poor performance from both sides. Now coming to the second half, we seem to step up a gear. Pellegrini must have gone out and said, "Look, we can nick this. We're 1-0 up. Let's go out and get all the points." At least that's how we played. That's really, really how we played. Very, very good. We started making some very, very good movement on the ball, but at the same point, it was infuriating, to say the least. I said to Nicky on West Ham Fan TV, by the way, if anybody has watched my fan cam with Nicky, that little kid that came up and shouted about Spurs really, really put me off. So I'm sorry, guys, my fan cam's not brilliant. But, it was just really frustrating in the second half. Allaire could have had a goal. Creswell could have had a goal. Yarmolenko could have had a brace. That was 4 off the top of my head without even thinking about it. We could have that game, to be fair, should have really finished about 4-2 to West Ham. It really should have done. We had at least 4 or 5. So Anderson in the first half, just remembered. Anderson in the first half had a very, very good attempt at goal, 2 or 3 yards above the bar, which was a bit of a shame. But at least he was trying. At least he was trying. Come on, let's try and score. But and then in the second half, we had 4, maybe 5, possibly 6 chances. Yarmolenko right at the death again, went about 2 or 3 yards wide of the post this time. But Creswell could have scored. I screamed, "What are you doing?" to Creswell, because it seems to be the West Ham way for the last few games, where we are literally chesting the ball down, waiting for somebody to come along and pass it, rather than just go for goal. Allaire, right, at the first smack on chance of the second half, okay, does the same thing. Ball hits his chest, drops to the ground, waits for Yarmolenko, passes it to Yarmolenko. He could have scored. When Yarmolenko's chance came up a couple of minutes later, it was about the 55th minute, 56th minute, something like that. Again, waited for perfect ball into him and waited. I was like, what are you waiting for? And then Creswell, about 10 minutes later again, once we started getting a bit of the possession back, and gone in again. It's just stopping. I don't understand it, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this, what you think. But this for me is it's infuriating, to say the least. Where we're stopping for balls. We're stopping. Why are we stopping? Why aren't we just flowing it properly? The tempo isn't good. The Sheffield United game, their goal. I don't even want to start with it. Paul that is in the seat next to me. I'm not joking. 5 seconds before that goal went in the back of the net, he said they're getting there. They're going to score. And literally, ball comes in, crossed over from their right hand side player straight in, cleared but not cleared properly enough, and then it's in the back of the net by Mousset on the 68th, 69th minute, and it's 1-1. The atmosphere when Snodgrass scored just before half-time changed completely. It was a lot more positive. The people were getting there was a lot more chance going on. That goal goes in, and it's just like, here we go. our shoulders dropped. As supporters in general, the majority of us, our shoulders dropped, and it was a real shame. But as I say, we could have had loads. We could have had a lot of goals. We should have. It's again the clinical things are just missing. Now the problem is Pellegrini's substitutions and in towards the end of the second half. Now, this is a bone of controversy between a lot of people, I should imagine, myself included. Didn't agree with the booing that happened with one of them, but everybody was right to boo because it was just the most ridiculous thing to do. Anderson came off for Lanzini on the 65th, 66th minute. Fine. I don't think Anderson played all that well. I said to Nicky he had a okay game. I said at the beginning of this video as well that he had an okay game. Wasn't to the standards that we know Anderson can do. So bringing on Lanzini, and to his credit, for that 25 minutes before before the extra 4 minutes of extra time was called, I thought he played well. I thought he did. I thought here we go. You know, he's playing for his position again. Next substitution was Fornals off and Noble coming on, and again our shoulders just dropped. Just thought that's it. You know, this taking two of the three of the best players off the pitch, and at least the start of it. Noble I thought played very well. I thought he did. I thought he had a very good game. Fornals tried, but it just things again. Very good cross in to him from Fornals right across the box. Everybody thought he was trying to score, but it was a cross. It was a cross straight to Snodgrass. But so was it? Yeah, it was Snodgrass. But was it Yarmolenko? It was one of the two. Recall here. But yeah, just hit the side of the post and bounced off. It was a shame. That again, that's the fifth chance we had in the second half. It just wasn't falling for us. I think it was Snodgrass. But just really, now the thing is, on the 85th, 86th minute, but in between the two times, Snodgrass comes off just when we're about to take a corner. Literally, when he walks to the corner to take it, the board went up and he was being replaced by Yeti, who should have come on earlier than the 85th, 86th minute, if I'm completely honest with you. Should have come off earlier. Now, this substitution came to a big chorus of boos, as I said earlier, because Snodgrass was one of the best players out there. He really was. He was trying his darndest, and very, very great performance from Snodgrass, as we know he can do. He's not always the quickest. He's not always the most technically minded, but he grasps 100%. And to take him off when he's about to take a corner, a very, very poor decision by Pellegrini as far as I'm concerned. But as I say, we finish 1-1. 4 minutes of extra time. The Sheffield United players were just diving. There's no other way of putting it down. For example, whoever it was had the slightest of touches from Allaire. Spent at least a minute on the ground on the touchline. He could have been rolled out. He could have rolled over and let the game resume, but no. Gets up, and within a few seconds he's fine. Once he comes back, the ref allows him back on the pitch. He's absolutely fine. They did this loads of times. Typical dirty scumbag tactics from him. But it's 1-1. It's a point. As it stands at the moment, at the time of this recording, according to the table, we are currently 9th with 10 games and 13 points. And still a -2 goal difference, obviously, because it's a draw. But guys, thank you very much for your time. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, if you're new around here and you like the video, by all means, please, welcome, of course, but please do subscribe to the channel. There's been a few people dropping off over the last few days, which is a bit of a disappointment. But yeah, if you're new around here, or if you're coming back and you're liking what I'm doing again, then by all means, please click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you get to see when the new videos are up. Unfortunately, I have to say that the affiliation with CyberGhost VPN is no longer. It's a very, very short, but I cancelled it yesterday because the program you can download for your laptop was screwing my computer up something chronic. It was taking over 3 hours for videos to be uploaded to this channel. Loads of other stuff that was going on. If anybody that was watching my JPWHUTV Fantasy League roundup video, I had to restart that because I thought there was something wrong with the internet and the laptop was going crazy. It wasn't. It was that app. So I've cancelled it with them, unfortunately, which is a real shame because before all these problems started up, it's a brilliant service. It really is good. But that's the way it goes, unfortunately. But guys, put your comments in the comments section below. So until a new sponsor comes up, I will be everything will be the 3 Retro channel sponsor, as always. If you like the video and feel I deserve it, then by all means please click the like button. If you don't like it, click the dislike button. Let me know in the comments section why you don't like it, because I'm always happy to improve this channel for you guys. This is my channel as much as it is yours, and it's yours as much as it is mine. So this is for your benefit. This is for my opinion and for us to engage. And also please share this video with anybody that you feel may want to watch it and isn't aware of the channel. So thank you very much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your week. Monday night, if I remember correctly, there will be the Fantasy League roundup live on Facebook. Because I don't think there's no Monday Night Football. So Monday night at 8 o'clock I will be going live on the Facebook and Periscope account again, to discuss Goal Week 10 roundup. So in the meantime, guys, thank you very much for your time. I know I've waffled on quite a lot. Enjoy the rest of your weekend or the beginning of your week, depending on when you're watching this. And I will see you Monday night on Facebook. There will be a preview of the Newcastle game coming up soon as well, which is the next home game. So I will see you very soon.